Max and Will here today. Will's actually going to talk to you about fashion.
Fashion. It's a fashion video.
No.
The fashion.
Tactical fashion, I guess you could call it. You got a holster to talk about?
And a belt.
And a belt.
So this is going to be my belt and holster that I'm using at the moment. I guess we'll start with the holster. I carry my Glock 19 in this holster from Zorn. It is one of their clip over the belt, pancake style, or not pancake style, taco style. There's a lot of food in holster culture. Taco style.
I was trying to get a hamburger style.
Kydex holster. It's got your regular kind of rubberized belt loops with pull the dot snaps, which I hate. I hate them. I hate pull the dot snaps. Why do all of you like them so much? I don't understand it. And it's got some adjustable retention McGubbins down here with some rubber washers and standoffs and stuff. I got this from Zorn, Zorn Holsters. We'll put a link in the description. They're kind of a smaller company, not a ton of reviews, not super well known. This at that time I think ran me in the $60, $70 neighborhood. Real basic, nothing spectacular, nothing crazy. Nice huge sight channel, which is great for those Wilson Combat sights that I have that are super tall. And I ordered it with kind of the medium sweat guard. So for anybody interested in ordering one, that's about high the medium sweat guard is. Really, really nice. Really good experience with the company. I got this off their quick ship menu, so I got it in about a week and a half. Very, very sturdy. This is kind of my first departure from hybrid style holsters. I had done a lot of hybrid style holsters from DeSantis and Crossbreed and Alien Gear and stuff like that, so this is really one of my first fully Kydex holsters. Had a couple other ones and didn't really like them. This one I like. My biggest complaint would be the same complaint I have with all these style holsters, which was that this is not enough to keep the holster from doing this in your belt. And so I start the day with the holster on a tilt, with the grip up a little bit in the air. I can still get full firing grip on it. And I end up sit down, stand up, tilted back this way. This just doesn't have the same stability as a holster that has wings on either side of it. Which this is true for anybody. This is not necessarily Zorn's fault. The finish work on it's awesome. All the edges were really great. It fits the gun phenomenally and has just the right amount of retention, which is absolutely picture perfect. You cannot get better than that. Snicks in and out every time, and it also passes ye olde unloaded shake test. It's in there pretty good. I could have just wrecked that Mac keyboard. My bad. Good job, Zorn. Saving Mac keyboard.
Saving the day.
Great holster, though. Really light, and I don't know what they've done. I don't know if this was like buffed or polished or something, but the back side of the holster has this really nice smooth texture. Doesn't ever grab on anything. There's no sharp edges. I never feel it digging into me one way or another. Really good retention. And for $60, $70 nowadays, like holsters have kind of gotten pricey. Yeah. Even Kydex, because as the Kydex market got bigger,
that's why I only got one.
Right, yeah, they're
cheap.
They're specialized, and everybody's doing this and that. Just for a really basic throw it on, throw it off all the time holster, this is a really great option, and it has stood up to a lot of abuse. Once again, I don't like pull-a-dot snaps. They never really work right, and they're kind of a pain. These are chewed up, courtesy my old Leatherman Wingman, trying to get them on and off a couple times before eventually they broke in enough that they'd actually go on and off. But yeah, good holsters. If you need they have a ton of different gun molds. They'll make a holster for darn near anything. If you need a really basic, good customer service, not 10-week wait time Kydex holster, which is also hard to get nowadays for some reason, this is a great option. So to go with that, I have a 1.5" S.O.E. Cobra belt, the reinforced one, no Velcro liner. My first S.O.E. purchase. And it's great. It's phenomenal. I came to this from a leather 511 belt. I had never had a Cobra style belt before. Wasn't really sure my front parts would like the pointy bits. Was always kind of worried about that. And I'd never been a huge nylon belt guy. I'd have a couple of nylon belts in my life. Never really liked any of them for the simple reason that they don't have any vertical stiffness. You can crush them. This one, you kind of can, but it doesn't. The edges on it don't roll that easily. Is it as stiff as a 1/4 inch thick leather belt? No, it's really not supposed to be. I will say what I do like about it, though, is that S.O.E. has kind of nailed that line between belt's too stiff, the gun stays stable, but you don't like wearing it, and belt's too flimsy and it's pointless. Like, it's right in the middle, it's comfortable, I don't notice it all that often. The stitching, all the things you hear about S.O.E stitching is no joke. The stitching on this thing is absolutely perfect. All the ends are perfect, nothing frayed, the Velcro's perfect, everything's centered perfectly. It came to me in the exact size that I needed. Absolutely perfect. One fair warning for those of us folks who don't hit the gym as often as we should, this belt is not muffin top proof.
Not muffin top resistant.
No, muffin top resistant is a box that will not be checked on this belt. And for me being a larger guy, as you can see, it does sag a little bit, and it also dimples in the back quite heavily right here where the holster reinforcement stops from where my belt loop kind of crimps on it because I'm a bigger guy. But the reinforcement's nice. There is a lot of extra webbing over here on the gun side, and it's pretty stiff. Love the Cobra buckle. Super cool, easy to get on and off. Most of the reviews I see about this belt have to do with fishing it through belt loops and aggravation thereof. No, this does not fit through belt loops. No, it is not that big of a deal. This is my day off belt. This is my going to do stuff belt. This is not my work belt, so I'm not fishing this thing in and out of my pants all the time. It's not super hard. You take this apart, take the buckle out, fish it through the loops, put the buckle back on. It's not a big deal. So I don't know why everyone seems to focus on that so much. It's not really a huge problem. You'll also notice dangling off the front is an ancient Maxpedition keeper. I've had this thing for years, holding my keys up, and it still does an excellent job. Everything Maxpedition does, they overbuild everything, and it's great. I've never had a problem with any of it. So yeah, that's my current belt and holster setup. I'm sure soon to change. I buy new belts and holsters all the time, as we all do.
We have an addiction.
We do have an addiction.
It is a problem.
Good stuff though, and for about $70 a piece for being a lot better than entry-level gear, this is good stuff. And this is stuff, if I wanted to wear just these two for the next 5 years, I'm sure I would have no problems with it. I've had the holster since early summer, and I've had the belt since like August. Haven't had any problems.
That's the thing. Buy one belt so you don't have to buy 12.
Right, and that's huge. $70 on a belt to a person who doesn't carry a gun is a hilarious number.
Yes.
But I have had every Walmart belt, and all those forum guys that recommend those Hank's Amish belts, I've had a bunch of those. I've had just get this Carhartt belt from Menards. That's the $12 belt. That's the good belt.
They don't work.
They don't work. You have to buy a belt.
Yes.
To buy a really expensive belt.
Yes.
And you'll be super, super happy when you do. So that's it.
That's it. Max and Will, Everyday Gear Channel, everyday gear for everyday people.